Shalom, fam. Real quick, I know you've already prayed, spend time with the Most High, allowing Him to know that He is number one in any and all that you do. I just have to say that. So, quick video. I just looked at a video on YouTube where a lady was talking about some woman went to the bank and she was trying to deposit some money in the bank because she had some bills coming up and she needed to make sure she had enough money in her account to pay it. And apparently, which is weird, I think it's really weird, but she said that the bank teller was like, "Are you sure you need to deposit this money? Because And she just kept going, like, you sure?" Looking at the lady's account, she gives her a little printout to show her what her balance is, and it was $1.7 million. And so the lady said um, that the girl, when she left the bank and she went to work, she told a couple people there, and then when she got home, I guess she talked to some family members and she told them. And then, which is also weird, she says then um, people started calling the lady's bank inquiring about this 1.7 million because they're like, she's broke, she doesn't have any money. How does she inquire, how does she require, excuse me, how does she have a balance of 100, 1.7 if she's like broke? That's why she was trying to deposit money to cover the bills that were coming up. Apparently, according to what they said, so many people had called in asking and wanting to understand how all of a sudden this woman got 1.7 in her account, that they did an investigation and then they realized that the money was put in her account by mistake. And then the lady who was sharing the information said, her words, not mine, that basically we, Black people, when we're being blessed, I guess God was blessing her, that we need to be quiet and stop talking and stop telling stuff. I see life differently. If the Most High is gonna bless you with something, why would He do it like that? He gonna make sure you get it, and He gonna make sure everybody know you got it and where it came from. He not gonna just mysteriously put some money in your account that came from somewhere else that was supposed to have gone into a different account. That's confusion. The Most High wouldn't do that. Yahweh would not do that. And you looking in the comments, people like, you know, the Lord blesses you in mysterious ways and all of the things. And I'm thinking to myself, no, that is a blessing that people called and inquired about this money because just say she was going to go. Because what had happened was she had made an appointment to go and get this money out because she wanted to help some family members or whatever. Because, the bank don't just have money in the bank like that. So you got to have an appointment so they can actually have, get you your money. And so, and they probably not gonna give it to you in cash anyway. But anyway, everybody in the comments is like, that was a blessing in disguise, and no, it's not. No, the Most High. Look, if the Most High is gonna allow you to have anything, it's gonna be yours free and clear. He's not gonna give you something where people gonna be coming at you trying to take it back or saying that you stole. No, 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 no. Because 9 times out of 10, they're talking about something. The company that put it in her account by mistake was just gonna let it go. Would you let that go? You paid somebody $1.7 million and it went to the wrong account. You just gonna let that go? I don't think so. They were gonna do an investigation and figure out where that money came from. So if she'd have spent the doggone money, what you think they're gonna do? What you think? First of all, you knew that money wasn't yours. So why would you spend it? See the old me? I wouldn't have said a word either. I'd have been shopping, charging everything. I'd have been shopping it. But at the end of the day, that's gonna come back on her. It would have came back on her and bit her in the butt. 1.7 is one thing to be in debt for couple of $1,000s, but be in debt for 1.7? No, I don't think I want that trouble. I'm just like, listen to how I'm just, and most of the people, and I know everybody in the comments were saying the same thing. She should have kept her mouth shut. You know, God blesses you in mysterious ways and all the things. Like, okay, so the God of this world, yeah, he would have done that. Absolutely. To cause confusion in your life like that? Oh, yes. Because she'd have spent that money, she might have got jail time for sure. Because that's theft. That is theft all day long. You can't call it nothing else if you know that that's not your money. I'd have said something immediately. The woman that I am today. Back in the day, oh, I'd have been shopping. I'd have definitely went shopping. But today, I'm not spending that. Y'all better come get this money because this ain't mine. Y'all ain't coming back at me talking about I owe y'all nothing. Get y'all money out my account and leave me alone. Absolutely not. So tell me. I know I don't get a lot of comments, but if that would have happened to you, you went to the bank, you trying to deposit some money because you have some bills coming up and you didn't have the money in there to cover it, but all of a sudden you got $1.7 million in there. You gonna keep that money, knowing that it's not yours? Just a question. Shalom.